Hello, puppy dogs. Hello, boys. Stop barking at me. It's been a long day. I'm tired. Come on. Come on. You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? You don't look ready. Yeah, you're ready. Come on. Let's go. There they go. Well, bottom of the evening there to you folks. It is been a long day. I'm still in my work duds. Just got home from work. What few subscribers that I really appreciate that I have will notice that I did not post a video on Sunday like I typically do. And the reason for that is I suck. No, I'm a terrible fisherman. That's debatable. Anyways, what really happened was I left the house at 5:15 Saturday morning, drove all the way out to Knoxville, 2.5 hours away, fished from morning to dark, and caught nothing. And I didn't just do one single thing. I fished everywhere. I fished the creeks, I fished the river, I fished the lake, I fished the dam. I fished everywhere and caught nothing. Drove back home. Sunday morning, I got up at, I think I left here about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I fished again, daylight to dark, and I caught nothing. And it's, everybody's gonna be like, well, it's the time of year, well, it's this, well, it's that. Who the hell knows? I mean, I'm sure there's some science behind it. All I know is I put in the effort and I didn't get anything out of it. But what you're going to get today is something I've not done before. I've seen other guys do this kind of stuff before, but this one's going to be a little different. It's a Tackle Tuesday. I'm going to show you some tackle. It's kind of new. It's not been seen on my channel before. Stuff I've had for a long time that I'm going to repurpose. And it's going to be pretty cool. And so stick around, hang around. Ding dang dogs, what are you doing? Goodness, about knocked me over. Hang out. And I'm going to show you something, and maybe you'll want to tackle something like this yourself. So let's get at it before it gets too dark and I get too cold. All right, so what we're going to be working on is this right here. This is a Daiwa surf rod that I purchased because I fancied myself a fisherman and want to go do a little saltwater fishing. And I figured, well, I need a surf rod, but I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on said surf rod. So I ended up with 2 of these. Now it's a pretty decent rod. It's got a good action to it. It's medium heavy, 9-foot rod, but they've just been collecting dust. And I haven't had a need for it because I don't get to chance to go to the beach and go surf fishing anywhere near as much as I'd like to. And I would rather repurpose this for something that I do on a regular basis. And what that is catfishing. And I've really grown to love catfishing from the yak right over there. So I thought, well, hell, I'll just use these things and the reels that I purchased with them, which I'll show you in a minute, for catfishing. But there is a little bit of a wee problem here. And what the problem is, you see the butt cap on the end of it there? See how big that is? Well, look at this. I can show you this here. It does not fit. It is too buku. It does not fit in the rod holder. So therein lies the problem. Handle's too long and the butt cap is too big. Let me get out here in some light where you can actually see something. I apologize. It gets dark early up here in the mountains this time of year. It's just is what it is. But anyways, handle too long, butt cap too buku, won't fit in the rod holder. I got a fix for this, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. Alrighty, everything that I need to do this job is laid in front of me, and you're going to be like, why in the hell do I need a fillet knife to work on a fishing rod? Well, it's a serrated fillet knife, and it's going to do what I want it to do perfect. Now, I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but when you're cutting a fishing rod like this, the blank, you got to be real careful, because if you cut it with the wrong thing, it'll splinter. So what I did is I measured the desired length of the handle that I want, and I scored it. I made a mark on it. That's how long I want the handle to be. So what I've got is just a regular old pipe cutter. I'm going to pop this bad boy right on that scored mark, so I know I've got it exactly where I want it, and I'm going to start working it around. Now this is not actually going to cut into the rod. This is just cutting the outside handle down to the blank. That's what it's doing. It's just going to cut it down to the blank. You can see it's cut a nice line all the way around that. And it's compressed it down a little bit, but that's not going to hurt my feelings none. So what's under this handle here is rod blank, just like that. I'm going to take this serrated knife, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to work it right around and just score the blank, and you'll start seeing some of the blank material popping up. So I'm just going to work this thing around and score the blank. All right, once you got enough of the blank scored, it'll snap right off on a pretty even bit there. Pretty straight, actually. I'll take this little fillet knife here and I'll just clean up some of this. It is fiberglass, so you got to be careful. You don't want it in your hands. I'm just going to rake that right across there just a few times, just to clean the edge up just a fuzz. Breaking it off clean like that will keep it from splintering a little bit. But what I'm about to do is going to protect it even more. I want to make sure I got all the crap out of the inside surface. So right there, we've got a big open hole in the end of the rod. Step on that, hit that with something, it's going to split. So it needs something to strengthen it back up. Well, just so happens what I've figured out is a little old that brown devil liquor, the cork out of it, this one just happens to come out of a bottle of Wild Turkey, will fit right down in there perfect. And it's just about perfect size. So all I got to do is bond that in there a little bit. I got a little bit of crazy glue here. All right, so all I'm going to do is just ski a little bit of this crazy glue right around on this cork. Get it nice and soused with some good old-fashioned super crazy glue. And I'm going to make sure I get the flat surface on the inside here all nice and coated. That way she'll be sure to stick. And then we're just going to pop it straight in there, just like so. Now we'll let that cure up for a little bit, because it's going to make a little bit of a mess, but that's okay. Like I said, I'm not too worried about the aesthetics as I am the functionality. So let's let that cure up for just a few minutes. Alrighty, let's check our work here. Make sure that we've got it all nice and good. See, now watch this. Whereas it did not fit before, now it ain't too buku. Fits right in there just like it should. And it's the right length. It's not hanging down at my feet. It's right there where it needs to be. But it ain't complete. The rod may be done. Cap's nice and sitting there. Super glue works fast. But we're going to have something to reel them big old fish up with when we eventually maybe possibly catch one. So I'm going to have a reel to put on this unit. Well, let me introduce you to the boy. When I was purchasing these Daiwa rods, well, I went ahead and got me some Daiwa reels. Now, like I said, I've had these for a while now, and they ain't got much use, but we're about to put them to some use. Let me show you this thing right here. This is the reel right here that we're going to be using on these rods. This is a Daiwa DF100A. It is the largest spinning reel that they make. And the beautiful thing about it is its simplicity. It's just super simple, big, sturdy, heavy-duty parts. Stout drag, but not too strong that you're going to be pulling hooks out of fish's mouths. Left-hand retrieve, which is something that, you know, I'm backwards. I use mine on the other side, but I can use either way. It does have an anti-reverse that I'll never, ever, ever use. And I've got this thing strung up with some 80-pound braid, but I am going to be taking that off. I don't want to use braid on this. This reel was never designed to use braid. Even though I have it on there, I do have the tape underneath of it to hold it to the spool so it doesn't free spin on it. But I'm going to go back with some mono on both units. But overall, for what these reels cost, which is about 50 bucks, they're stout. And when I mean stout, I mean they have enough drag and enough line capacity to handle sharks from the bank. People bottom fish with these things. They fish off piers with them. They'll handle any big fish that I want to throw at it, and I want to throw some big old gnarly catfish at this unit. So that's what I've got to mount up to my new not surf rod that's not getting used, to my new kayak catfishing rod that I fully intend on putting to some use. So that's it right there. That's a hell of a unit. Now, that reel is rather buku, but it does fit, and it actually fits pretty well on the rod holder. I'll show you real quick. Fits right in there just like it should. Clears everything perfectly. I can even reel it in the rod holder. Look at that, just to bring up my slack. It's a perfect fit. It's the absolute perfect thing for this. Now, it is big and heavy, but it's not like I'm going to be toting it around. I'm going to be sitting in that seat right there. So it's going to do everything I need it to do, even more so. What are you doing, Valentine? Hey, buddy. All right, y'all. Well, there is the finished product on the other one. Went and cut the handle down. Nice tequila cork in the bottom of that one. It's rigged up and ready to roll. Ready to get at doing some catfishing. Oh, don't get up in my face. What are you doing? Why you got to get up on my face? It's run around and bark or get right up in my grill. I'm working. You know I'm working. Bunch of divas, I swear. Yeah, get in there. Go poop. Go do something else. Leave me alone. Don't come back this way. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. If you did, I know it's a fishing channel, and there was no fishing in this episode. I promise you, it's not from a lack of trying. I went above and beyond and put in the effort over the weekend, and just couldn't make it happen. Just couldn't connect. And hey, I'm going to show you the ups. I'm going to show you the downs. I'm going to show you the ins and the outs when it comes to fishing, because that's what fishing is. This is how it goes. All these guys that make all these videos that are constantly catching big fish, don't doubt the amount of work and time and effort and knowledge and just sheer will it has taken those guys to do that. I know it because I'm trying to do it myself. So show some appreciation for all those guys that do this on a regular basis, because it's tough. At the end of the day, you can't make the fish bite. You can only make suggestions. So anyways, thank you for watching this video. Please do the like and the share and the subscribe thing. That way you can see what I post when I post it. And I promise that there's going to be fish on the fishing channel eventually. If I have to go get some dynamite, never mind, I'm not even going to, well, baits are supposed to be secret. So I'm going to keep my secret bait secret. Anyways, thank you guys. Fish from Scratch is out. I'm going to go cook some supper, play with my puppy dogs, and catch y'all next time. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, boys. Oh, look. There's a big girl. There's a big girl. Say bye-bye. Don't get up on me. Go on. All right, if you're going to be that way, go on. Heathenous dogs. I swear.